Clocking before dawn, wearing purpose like a uniform. Every patient got a story that the charts don't really inform. See the fear behind their eyes when they sitting in that chair. So I pull up a seat closer, let them know somebody cares. It ain't just about the diagnosis or prescribing medication. It's the human in the moment needing genuine conversation. Learn my calling wasn't ego, wasn't wealth or reputation, but the privilege of being present in somebody's restoration.
Hey, these hands were made to serve. Every soul got worth. Treating pain with grace. Seeing God in every face. This is more than words. This is holy earth. When you lift someone up, man, you rise into that word.
Young mother came and worried about her daughter's fever burning. Bills stacked high, insurance denied, stomach steady churning. Held her hand, told her we gon' figure this out together. Cause compassion ain't just words, it's the action that we measure. See, I came from humble beginnings, know what struggle really mean. Watch my grandmother get treated like she wasn't even seen. So I vowed when I made it, I would do this different. Treat each person like they matter, make sure mercy's not just lipstick.
Hey, these hands were made to serve. Every soul got worth. Treating pain with grace. Seeing God in every face. This is more than words. This is holy earth. When you lift someone up, man, you rise, you do that's worth.
They taught me save lives in medical school, but nobody taught me how to guard my heart and stay cool when you lose patience. When you can't fix it all, that's when faith catches you before you fall. This ain't about being a hero wearing a white coat. It's about showing up daily, being hope when they got none left to hold. Old man came in, been homeless for years, wounds is infected. Nurses looked away, but I saw him fully connected. Cleaned him up myself, talked about his life before the streets. Reminded him his value wasn't measured by defeat. That moment right there, that's the gospel made alive. Not preaching from a platform, but loving eye to eye. Service with dignity, that's the mission I'ma keep. Cause when we honor one another, that's when heaven touches these streets.
These hands were made to serve. Every soul got worth. Treating pain with grace. Seeing God in every face. This is more than words. This is holy earth. When you lift someone up, man, you rise into that's worth. Every case is a purpose. Every wound deserves this worship. This is how we change the world. One soul at a time. Watch it unfurl.
Right, happy Monday, and we have lined up pretty interesting stream. Hopefully you can see my screen, and hopefully my audio works. Sometimes screen is sharing, audio is not submitting. I don't know why, but seems okay right now, and hopefully everything will run as we intended. So we lined up, as always, this interesting comparison edition episode, No Limit Emails versus SMTP.com, as we are talking, really the giant. So it's basically David and Goliath situation in here versus SMTP.com. But guys, we will have interesting stream and we will look both sides. And of course, I'm going to do this comparison based on a real usage and obviously like what is available on both sides. So hang on for that. As always, this is Evan, on behalf of No Limit Emails team and family. I thank you for watching stream live or replay, and also a huge thank you to a bunch of you that join No Limit Emails family, and we do appreciate you. Please do provide us the domain that you want to use in order for us to install and activate system for you. The way that you do that, add your domain to the Cloudflare and simply send your Cloudflare login details to us so we can log into that Cloudflare. And that's it you have to do on your end, no technical. And of course, all you have to do is simply change the DNS names from your main registrar to the Cloudflare So the Cloudflare, when you're adding domain, they give you two new DNS addresses, 1, 2, and you use them and you paste the domain to that. And also internally, you make sure that you verify your email. So when you register an account, you verify that email, but then also when you add and internally you look in your account, there's a simply place that says email is not verified. You click on it, they will send you verification code and you verify that in, so that proves that you are a human being. It's a kind of second security feature on Cloudflare, and it's nothing to worry about. And of course, it's only way that you can get our systems installed on your domain, especially the same setup as that we have with Moetic emailer, and of course current setup, and of course we are kind of like available all the channels that are available for you to be connected with us, and also make sure that yourself create a room and invite us, guys, be it via WhatsApp, you name it, Telegram, um, LinkedIn, Facebook group, and of course via email, and as well as obviously YouTube live streams and public square room, which is our room, is always open on a public, and you can also jump in there, leave us message that you want to connect live. So those private messages also can be sent in there if you want to stay private and just make yourself a nickname in order to enable the chat for yourself, especially if you're new to those rooms. And that's all you got to do. And then you can also obviously send us private chat, especially if you're new and you haven't got your account and you're preparing to get your account. And of course, when you get your account, congratulations to you guys. We do release accounts quite often as it's when it's done. So make sure that you follow that guide, guys. We're giving you that guide for absolutely proven, based on a proven grounds, and make sure you stick to it. This first 30 days, guys, is not really big deal, and it helps you to increase your number of send. And as we all know, that is true. And if you're still kind of skeptic, think that is not true, please just watch a few videos that we have on 30-day email challenge. So all content there for you to consume and of course critique, and as well as kind of implement, because we are all using same system, same email, and whatever I'm doing on my screen, and I'm openly sharing with you all, so you can see exactly how things kind of works. And of course, we don't we don't hesitate to help you guys, because we know that generally you're not going to know everything about software that we give you from get-go. Therefore, we do everything in our part, human time wise, give you and help you on screen to kind of work on same page, execute emails, build your automations and all that good stuff. Just let us know which part you want to do, which part you want to help. And of course, we don't expect to know everything, and therefore we are here to be basically, you could say, your helper on the side whenever you need us. And of course, we want you all to kind of send decent volumes and do your business, guys, as it is yours. And of course, be mindful, be selective, use better data, and dig deeper, guys. Don't do just the random stuff that I am doing with a show with the case study website. But you can be very meticulous, honestly, be more selective on your data. The outcomes are absolutely insane, incredible. And I will through the stream share also some kind of data with you guys on the random stuff, well as screenshot the private accounts that some emailers that I manage on the system, that I also can show you on the smaller number. That is when it's targeted a little bit, some data as well. Just hang on for that. Before we get there, let's get into the comparison of smtp.com versus no limit emails. And once more, disclaimer, I am the guy that founder and create one of the creator and No Limit emails. As a disclaimer, and I'm not going to be a kind of doing this comparison as a tool creator. I'm going to compare this as the user itself, and also kind of really without of sugarcoating anything, the 100% transparent and truth and unbiased, reviewing these two services once more. I highly recommend and invite smtp.com to do the same thing for No Limit emails. And if they want to have a conversation with us, they're always welcome. We are open and we are available 24/7, especially when it comes to the smtp.com. And obviously, a big company, very respected globally, and has been there from long time. Is one of the main arteries of the internet email distribution channels, and therefore I do really have a great love for smtp.com. In the past, I also use them, guys. When I use them, I really never had any issue with them. So I can't personally, as a user of both sides, I'm going to give you kind of what is missing and what is not missing on the services. And according to that, you can make a judgment. As a reputation wise, guys, absolutely, smtp.com exists very long time, very well established global entity, so to speak. And comparing No Limit emails to them itself is a feat. Literally, is not many people out there in the world can actually even stand on a seat to compare themselves to the smtp.com, and that's the fact. So as you know, I mentioned, I did use them previously, and I personally never had problem with smtp.com when I was using them a certain amount of emails. And yes, they do provide value. Yes, it's kind of a little bit rigorous to do this with them. It's a little bit kind of, you could say, onboarding stuff goes on, especially if you send in large volumes, and just like any enterprise kind of software out there, and it's no different. But they are being absolutely amazing when I was using them, guys. Before Amazon SES and stuff, I was using smtp.com a little bit, but it's not that expensive to get going, and also is not it doesn't have everything, so you still need basically some other tools, some other expenses got to appear when using smtp.com. So let's get into it. So as you can see side by side, obviously No Limit emails packages one side with IPs, and once more smtp.com also does provide IPs, guys. And when I was using the IPs, wasn't that bad. So I obviously, at the time that I was using them, we didn't have that much you could say mail testing, DNS testing, spam score testing type of tools, but nowadays we do have and smtp.com, and maybe a little bit behind in the game, a little bit. But they do have physical world infrastructure, and as well as many, obviously, dedicated companies within the umbrella of smtp.com. Is pretty huge media company by its own right. So when it comes to smtp.com, guys, let's have a look, see what actually they offer and what is the difference in here. So one thing that I want to kind of look into, it is absolutely a great company, guys, to work. And yes, they are kind of a little bit competitors to us, but we are a little bit competitor to them. Is only on SMTP itself, but rest of the function, No Limit email is absolutely different. So just kind of give that a little bit ahead. So first, let's have a look at the actual pricing, guys. And you can see in here on high volume senders, SMTP developers, and obviously all that kind of different facilities and different level of businesses being done. And anyway, so we're looking for high volume senders, and let's have a look at that. And custom, obviously, as you can say, custom solution for high volume senders up to 250 million emails per month. Guys, yes, they can and they do have this kind of volume available, absolutely, but it's not kind of that same price as what you see on the site. Obviously, you have to sign a contract when you're reaching that kind of level, and also dedicated IP and platform gives you all this. Obviously, you can check all this out yourself on here on the website. And yes, guys, absolutely, it's one of those companies. They pretty amazing, and they do decent job, but everyone's kind of like won't be accepted in a way that we do in our network. So you got to kind of go through some loops, especially if you're sending 200 million email a month. So you have to be aware of that. I have also not seen that many companies actually sending that many at one go, but combination, if you can obviously do that volume, we do that similar volumes, few billion emails, so it is absolutely possible. And so when you look, is obviously SMTP with a relay API, email relays is the same as us, like we do exact same thing, but the missing things in here with SMTP, you do not have email automation tools. You still have to kind of get that yourself somewhere. And obviously they give you API to send through a email, and also obviously through the setup they give you. So if we look the pricing in here, let's say high volume plans. And high volume plans, as you can see on here, says get custom quote. So when you kind of reaching this kind of number, obviously you have to be tied to the contract. But let's look like just doable numbers, what we can do with no limit emails and what you can do in here. So they pricing obviously start $25 on shared IP, as you can see, and 100 emails on dedicated IP. Again, this could be shared IP pools. If it's true dedicated IP, which is cool, you still can send 100K for $80. And even looking 100K, guys, again, as you can see in here, email relay API, reliable delivery report, reputation, but there is no software to actually process the emails. It gives you the SMTP, so you can process the email through. That's all. And basically, you could say is SMTP relay, and you pay this much for 100 emails, 100,000 emails a month. And then obviously million, you still pay $500 a month. And again, million just with one dedicated IP. Again, when it comes to the extra IPs and things like that, I think they charge a lot extra, maybe $30, $40 a month, maybe $100 a month, even for IPs. But in this case, you can say this is the closest competitor that we could get close, even call it to be a competitor to no limit emails on a pricing on the volume, guys. These guys are only one because at least they highlight and kind of honestly show what you get, what you do and pay. So 500 a month for 1 million emails, which is pretty amazing. So that's why I was using them before, guys, and I used to pay around $300 on one count, and another count I was paying $600 way back for a client using SMTP. But in my own experience, you need to kind of have your own, obviously, email processing part, especially when it comes to the email software. Email automation part of it is missing, and you still pay this much. Just kind of like to point that out. And the other thing I want to kind of look into this as we're doing comparison, volume comparison, you could say is competitive. So it's not really big win or loss between two. And of course, we want to also look. I don't know if they have. Do they have affiliate part? I'm sure I've seen affiliate. Far as I know, they pay one-time pay. So they do have affiliate, I'm sure. And as far as I know, they were paying around $125 as a one-time fee to affiliates, guys. I don't see any affiliate part here. Maybe go back home page. We'll find it. So let's look in here. That's another important part. I really want to mention this because it's important. So like they do give that kickback. Do we have the affiliate part? Partner program policy. Is that what they call partner program policy for the affiliates? I have no idea. But far as I know, and way when I was using them, and also like last time when I looked at a few weeks ago, where did I find the affiliate stuff? Here, affiliate program. That's what we're looking for. So if you look, obviously 20 years, guys, they been industry and industry leaders. And like I mentioned, I have huge love for these guys, and they do pretty decent job on email. So I definitely do respect them. So what it says, join our affiliate program. Earn up to $105 per sale, guys. So it's not continuum, is and also they say cookies expires 120 days. So this couple of things I personally dislike a little bit, but it's their prerogative, it's their company, they run how they like. So essentially, like you would, let's say you promoting this and you invest quite a bit of your time and money and effort, and after 128 days, whatever articles you published in the media of the internet, so to speak, still live, people can find it, and after 20 days you still can send the traffic to them without getting kind of any rewards. And that side of it I personally dislike, and that's the big difference between, you could say, no limit emails and the affiliate part payment. And also they do hold, and also you have to go through the certain partner affiliates, as we all know. So they are part of Moz group, as we know what Moz is. So that being said, guys, this kind of pretty, you could say, pretty close competitor to no limit emails on a basically on a naked email, naked SMTP and email relay without email function itself. So it's like buying a car with no tires or buying a car with all the tires, no engine, guys, literally. So when you look at it, that's the kind of fact. And obviously that's why they allow you to use something like eye contact or get response and other entities that belong to them. And but as a naked SMTP price, what we are looking in here, to just kind of clarify that. And when it comes to the like naked SMTP price, guys, on no limit emails, so we looked in obviously the volume they do, 1 million, based on a 1 million, right? And let's go and shrink this one, and let's bring no limit emails back. So on no limit emails, and this are again SMTP package, you could say, but everything also comes with email verify and email processing plant, and a big difference. So we looked at the kind of price for 1,500,000. You can see it in here. 1 million is they charge $500, and no limit emails is 197. Plus you get 3 dedicated IP in case something happen. And there you just get 1. If that get blocked, you dust it. So maybe you have to buy another one, and so on and so forth. I don't know what's the interchange it is. When I was using smtp.com, I never really had any issue because the volume I was doing, like minute comparing what they could send, which is they clearly say you could send up to 250 million emails a month. But we can do that today, guys, in no limit emails, generally speaking, and that's the truth. So 1 million emails for basically half a price of that, as you can see. Uh, well, it was 250 would be half a price, right? Even less than that. So when we're looking really less than 200 bucks versus 500 bucks, you have same function, but the extra that you get with no limit emails is the email verifier, and of course live streaming tool, and as well as obviously live support like us, and as well as email processing plant that you can verify, upload, stack up your basically segments, and stack the list up. And site that I've been working on personally last few years with, end up kind of having several hundred lists that you could control with one setup, which is kind of all recorded, and we all seen it in early on, if early stream. You could check that dashboard out, and I will show you dashboard and just show you that just a second too, so you can see what I'm saying is actually this happens within the no limit emails. And you can't get anybody from who's using smtp.com basically show you all this data within the smtp.com itself, because literally like they do not have the email sender. It's just naked smtp, and in here you're getting a lot more than naked smtp versus basically just naked smtp. It's just like you really can't compare it, guys, and that side of it. But as a price wise, you could say is big difference, and as well as SMTP increasing their prices last 6 years over the time to reach this current pricing, and no limit emails has not increased their price in the last 6 years and is still in that same price. So that's another kind of thing you gotta think. But remember, smtp.com is a huge company. It's massive shareholding pressure on those companies to kind of keep increasing their prices, well as not adding what is really complete. So it is complete SMTP relay, give it, but it's not a complete email marketing solution like no limit emailers. So that's another, you could say, point you could kind of really evaluate based on really what's complete, what's not. And what we've seen, it's what's complete is more complete package is no limit emails versus basically smtp.com. And when it comes to data processing, I personally have a good evidence of no limit emails. And of course, if you're using smtp.com, you are always welcome to share with me some data, guys. So let's have a look a little bit data about really what we processed with this experimental case study websites that we've been running on cold emails last few years. And we're talking millions, and we're not talking like tens of thousands. So to just kind of get it out there, and as always, YouTube, this is educational, and data that we see on my screen is transparent data, is publicly available. But one thing I want to show you in here, as you can see in here, well over 10 million contacts that I personally processed with no limit emails, and as well as verified. So I want to just kind of verify that with you guys. This is personally me. I have done this, and this is the true numbers, and this is what we've been basically day in, day out sharing, and obviously everyone in the world can see this number changes over the period of time, which is mainly all recorded on YouTube. So when it comes to the really SMTP, naked SMTP versus full on SMTP with the backend machine, this is what you get when no limit emails have that basically option. But with SMTP, you don't have this, guys. And when you try to put that another processing software in place, it is definitely become extra, you could say, headache, and as well as cost, well as extra, you could say, problem that you gotta tackle. In my opinion, as a user, guys, not a kind of founder of No Limit emails, anything like that, but just based on a sheer number of me personally witnessing and processing with, is No Limit emails with a full-on processing plant, so to speak. The investment is much, you could say, sound investment than just going with SMTP.com. But feel free. Use both, test side by side, see who perform better, guys. In my opinion, No Limit emails performing much better than me, because literally I can't do exact same thing on smtp.com, and that's the reality, and that's the fact. So that being said, but I still do have a huge respect for smtp.com, guys, because they are one of those services definitely helping the world to connect with email. So I am not the enemy, and I'm not the competitors, but we are kind of, you could say, fighting on the same battle for email space. And of course, we are more complete email processing service than SMTP. And obviously, SMTP also provide email sending and stuff. It's just more restricted, so to speak. When you're buying just SMTP, you still got to run a self-hosting software, something like that, in order to work. Otherwise, you can't really scale it up with that. But with No Limit emails, you just don't buy the SMTP. You get everything that is necessary in order the email work, including obviously verifier. So that's the big difference. Price wise, you see it, guys, $500 versus $197 on same package. So you can make your choice. And both companies, or both firms, you could say, both services, they are there. Experiment with them. And of course, just like reality is reality, smtp.com has been there for 20 years, and No Limit email has been there only for 16 years. But we are kicking the numbers, guys. Like, number wise, when it's sending, honestly, we are a very, very high volume sender. So try both, I would say. In my opinion, No Limit emails definitely hand downs beat them, because they're basically full on functionality and of what I personally been experiencing, and as well as what we did in challenges, what everybody else experienced. And of course, I don't see many people using smtp.com sending million emails, guys. And they also very restricted, because you have to use, like eye contact, things like that. They are very restrictive. You can't just keep uploading stuff. Even you have SMTP to send for a million, it's very difficult to kind of actually make that reality happen. And No Limit emails, you saw 10 million plus contacts here. So you can make it happen 10 times over. And that's the big difference. I hope you enjoyed this comparison. And I also like to kind of welcome you guys. You could critique both sides yourselves and find out what both sides differ, what they offer. And that's it for me. Take care, everyone. Come join us in a public square, and we will have a further more conversation over there. And take care, everybody. Happy sending.